We all want to be smart with our money, right? But what if I told you that some of those habits you think are helping you save are actually, well, keeping you poor? It sounds crazy, I know. But today, we're going to dive into this paradox and uncover why being frugal can sometimes be the very thing holding you back from building real wealth. So let's just get right to it. I want you to really think about this question. Are those money-saving tricks you're so proud of building a solid financial future for you? Or could they be a trap in disguise? We're about to challenge some really common ideas about money, so stick with me. Okay, to really get this, we have to understand the fundamental battle that's probably happening in your wallet right now. It's the core conflict between being truly frugal and just being cheap. Now, they might look the same on the surface, but believe me, their long-term results are worlds apart. Look at this breakdown. On one side, you've got the frugal mindset. This is a long game. It's strategic, intentional, and it's all about getting the most long-term value. But on the other side, that's the cheap mindset. It's all about the lowest possible price, right now, no matter what. It's usually driven by fear. And here's the key. One path actually builds wealth, while the other creates what we call false savings. You think you're saving, but you're really just setting yourself up for bigger costs down the road. And that brings us perfectly to our very first bad habit. I call it the quality fallacy. This is that classic mistake of grabbing the lowest price tag today without ever stopping to think about the total cost of owning that thing over its entire life. This quote from a Terry Pratchett novel nails it. It's the basis for something people now call the Sam Vimes boots theory. And the idea is really simple, but it's profound. Basically, being able to afford quality stuff up front is a massive long-term financial advantage. Let me show you what I mean. Just look at these numbers, it's so clear. You buy cheap $25 boots, they fall apart in 6 months, so over 5 years you have to buy 10 pairs, total cost $250. Now, look at the high-quality $150 boots. They last for the entire 5 years. So by spending more upfront, you actually saved $100. That initial saving on the cheap boots, it was just an illusion, a total false economy. All right, our second habit involves a resource that is way more valuable than money, and that's your time. A lot of these so-called frugal habits are really just you trading huge chunks of your irreplaceable time for pennies. This all boils down to a super important economic idea called opportunity cost. In simple terms, it's the value of the thing you're not doing. So every hour you spend driving all over town to save 50 cents on milk is an hour you could have spent learning a skill to get a raise or building a side business. You have to ask yourself, what is my time really worth? Let's make this real. Imagine you make about $20 an hour. That means a half hour of your time is worth $10. So if you spend that half hour driving to a gas station across town just to save $2 on a tank of gas, you didn't save $2. You actually just lost $8 of your time's value. That's a negative return on your time. You literally paid to save money. Now for our third habit, and honestly, this might be the most dangerous one of all, the deferral trap. This is when you put off essential maintenance to save money right now. We're talking about your car, your house, even your own health. But all you're really doing is setting a time bomb for a much bigger financial disaster later. I mean, just look at this. Skipping a $75 oil change feels like a small win, right? You kept that cash in your pocket. But when that tiny bit of neglect leads to your engine seizing up, you're suddenly staring at a $6,500 repair bill. You turned a small, predictable cost into a catastrophic emergency. That saving ended up costing you almost 100 times more. Ouch. Okay, let's get to the root cause of all this. Our final habit isn't really a single action. It's the psychological quicksand that all these other bad decisions are built on. It's called the scarcity mindset. A scarcity mindset is that constant nagging feeling that there's just not enough of anything. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough chances. This creates this state of chronic stress and something researchers call cognitive tunneling. It's like your brain's bandwidth gets completely hijacked by tiny, short-term worries, making it almost impossible to think strategically about your long-term growth. And the damage goes way beyond your bank account. It stunts your financial growth because you're too scared to invest in yourself. It tanks your productivity because your mind is always somewhere else. And this is a big one, it can seriously damage your social capital. When you get a reputation for being the person who always tries to get out of paying their fair share, it damages relationships and your reputation. It closes doors you don't even know exist. So what's the way out of this trap? How do we fix it? The solution is to consciously shift your thinking.
You have to move away from a focus on price and scarcity and start focusing on value and intention.
I absolutely love this quote from financial expert Ramit Sethi because it completely reframes the entire discussion. Being truly frugal isn't about depriving yourself, not at all. It's about being intentional. It's about deciding what you truly value in life and then spending generously, even lavishly, on those things, while being absolutely ruthless about cutting costs on everything else that you just don't care about. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. What is one cheap habit that you're going to replace with a truly frugal investment this week? Maybe it's finally buying that quality kitchen knife that will last a decade instead of another cheap one. Or maybe it's finally scheduling that dental checkup you've been putting off. Making that one small, intentional shift is the first real step on the path to building lasting wealth.